that's when I hit it. So we can see audio levels here, and now that this is active, I'll show you what burned me. If I click the gear, advanced audio properties, see how this is a Behringer audio mixer, audio monitoring says, that's when I hit it. So we can see, says monitor and output. It was set to monitor only, mute output.
Okay.
This is monitor.
Yep.
That's why I could hear it, but it was muting the output. And it didn't dawn on me until I did a recording for like 5 seconds, grabbed my laptop, tapped into this rig on the back end, pulled that video clip over, and I didn't hear anything. And then I knew it wasn't YouTube's fault, which is good, because I can't control YouTube, but I can control this. So then I knew it had to be a setting somewhere in here. So that's what got me before. I'm not planning on doing any updates to this, so it should be fine, but this is going to act as something that I play with in the future. So outside of that, this is where you do, everybody else is doing like roll call and the pledge and everything. Right before the pledge, those couple seconds are really where I'm just trying to kind of hone this in a little bit. I'm just playing, it's whatever sounds good. Now, if I'm gonna work on a visual cue, even though in the traffic light pattern you would think green is good, I target yellow. Now, if this is maxing at red, we want to back it down a little bit, but yellow is the sweet spot because if it gets too low in the green, it sounds too quiet on the stream. So yellow becomes the target, so technically I could have headphones in, and if I wasn't super OCD about this, I could just kind of play around like Justin Brian's mic's probably gonna be the closest, so as I'm talking here and I boost these, you can see suddenly the levels are louder, even though I have some distance. But I also have these max, so as people are talking, I try to let this pretty much the same, you know, where it's like comfortable, and then these I'm just kind of going like a little bit at a time as I'm playing around. If there's no public comment, if there's no presentations, I may back these two down a little bit, just in case somebody in the crowd coughs or, you know, whatever. But that's pretty much that. We do the pledge, and then at that point, I hit F6, which is board meeting live with agenda. So the important thing is that OBS is running here because that captures what's on the screen, and then I have that laptop rigged up as a source here. There is a slight delay, but it's not dramatic. So if I scroll a little bit, you can see it's a good 1.5, 2 second delay. In the context of presentations, I don't think anybody's ever noticed, but I also don't know a way to make it, you know, quicker anyway. So, yeah. So after that, I'm just kind of rolling with the punches. Like if clearly we're talking about the agenda, then I would do that kind of thing. And the cool thing is, your last scene, it'll flip-flop. So if we get to a point where the agenda's kind of like a hindrance more than anything, like we're talking about something that is not actually text on the screen, and maybe Scott Long's standing there and this is only blocking him, I may go back to that just so that way it looks a little bit more, I just feel it looks a little bit better there.
Yeah.
But it's all driven by whether or not this matters. So if we start to go down a road where what's here, and sometimes I may do that if there's a presentation, that last slide says questions. Do you really need that blocking the speaker, like the presenter? So I may flip back to this thing. What I did Monday night when it was kind of like, F9 is kind of my my bailout. That's just a please stand by, the board meeting will return shortly. But again, doesn't make it active. So if I do F9. hit F4 and actually transition it over. Maybe that doesn't make any more sense, I'll do F6, F4, maybe we're done with the agenda for now, I'll go back to that. And that's the bulk of it, and this is the bulk of it.
Okay.
So typically, it's really only chaotic for the first couple seconds, and then once you know everything's firing, it's just what looks good here and what sounds good here. When it's towards the end, when Craig actually says like, all right, we're adjourned, F12 all the way at the end is our logo. So, and I do have this listed as a slide here, outro logo. So if you don't want to use keyboard, you can always click, and then transition is the F4 key.
Yep.
So Craig says, all right, we're adjourned.